2 years ago, I was sent to Mombasa to find out what difference our shirt appeal had made and to hand out some of the football shirts that you guys had sent in.
Who wants a Torquay shirt? I've come back to Mombasa to see how the money's been spent. Cliff, a great response over the last 2 years from all the Soccer AM viewers. We've managed to raise over £50,000. What I want to know is where that money's going.
It's going in a number of places, Rocket. One of the things we have done is we've started a number of enterprise schemes. We've got a cyber cafe, we've got a bike shop, we've got a carpentry business, we've got a bead-making business, we've got the caddy scheme. So we have now got a lot of kids working.
That's brilliant. And your main project is this refuge, is that right?
Yeah. Once we've got the refuge, much more work with smaller children, getting them into schools, getting them into foster homes, which we can't do on a big scale at the moment.
Every morning, the Street Boys have a kickabout on their newly flattened pitch. They then head back to the base for some food, cooked by a very special lady called Mama.
Do you look after the children when they're here, is that right?
Yeah, yes.
You're their mum?
I'm the mom.
And what are you cooking today for the kids?
Today we are cooking rice, meat, cabbage also.
Rice, meat and cabbage?
Yes, rice,
Lovely.
meat and cabbage.
If you just think that the boundary you can see now will be the outside walls.
Right.
On the ground floor will be all the living accommodations. Upstairs we'll have classrooms, a nursery, we'll have a pharmacy and a nurse's room. It'll be totally green. So the toilets will be what they call bio-latrines. They create gas, and that gas will be used to cook on. We're going to have solar panels on the roof for lighting. We're going to have rainwater harvesting, so we will have columns within the building which will be full of water.
So eventually you can just leave it and it'll run itself?
Yes.
Although the refuge isn't built yet, the base is still managing to provide food for the local boys. It also offers a temporary escape from the realities of street life. I met up with street boy Gogo to find out what life is really like on the streets.
I sleep in the street, I sleep in the floor. My life is become very, very bad.
I've seen many change since we started coming here. I'll be so happy to see those young kids, the young generation, to give even chance to the small ones to get future.
What's your dream?
My dream, I want to become a footballer.
There seems to be an abundance of talent out here, and they're only too happy to show it off. 2 years ago, I followed Mombasa football team, the Coastal Kings, on their route to Cup glory. This year, however, they failed to make the final. So I caught up with team coach Asu and football development coach John McGlasson from the RAF to find out why.
Coastal Kings, they're not in the final.
Coastal Kings are not
What's
in the
happened?
final. It is because Coastal King, a lot of their players, their best players, they have gone to bigger clubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of that success, they've actually lost some of the players to better teams. But that's allowed us to bring more players in, so it's going really, really well.
Well, the boys looking great today. I mean, they're all kitted out in... what kit's that? Wigan.
Wigan.
Let's go again. So the boys, I mean, they look brilliant. They're all kitted out in a Wigan kit. Where's that come from?
Wigan.
So are you still supporting Aston Villa? Or are you supporting someone a bit better now?
Now I changed. Now I'm supporting Chelsea.
You're supporting Chelsea?
I'm supporting Chelsea.
You've changed?
I've changed.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with that. That's
Yeah, it's not just...
the glory hunter.
It's important to change sometimes.
Although the Coastal Kings adult team didn't make the final, the under-14s did, and with an early penalty putting the Kings ahead, things looked good for the youngsters. 5 minutes into the second half, and the Opera are putting on the pressure. They then equalise. The game then goes to penalties, with the opposition to go first. A great save from the Coastal Kings keeper gives them the edge. However, the Kings go on to miss their next 2 penalties, leaving it wide open for Neurosportif. The match finishes 4-2 on pens and the celebrations begin. Luckily for the Kings, the result of the match is soon forgotten, as it was now time for the main event.
Let's get the lesson on. both Skills School winners. Skills.
Remember this minibus with the footballer's name?
And you called it Fabregas?
We call it Fabregas as I'm an Arsenal fan.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back with Bookie 2 years on, and this time he's showing me around all the various schemes that him and the Glads House team have set up for the local street kids.
How have things changed?
Quite a big change.
Have they?
We now have enterprises held by Glads House and Soccer AM. We now have carpentry shop, a bead shop.
Yeah.
They are making jewelries out of beads.
There you go, I've got two on there.
Then we intend to try and sell them to generate some income. We have a bicycle shop, very big bicycle shops, now known over Mombasa. Everybody knows it. It gives the children, the guys money. It gives the project money. It gives the community mode of transport, the children going to school and people going to work. We are soon opening a fish and chips shop.
Really? Fish and chip shop?
We have to sell fish and chips.
And I take it you're still an Arsenal fan?
Totally.
Top man.
The charity now also provides medical care. Turning up to the slums once a week, they clean, disinfect and dress any open wounds the kids may have. I had a chat with Vicky from Glads House after noticing how many of these kids seem to be hooked on glue.
So sniffing gum, as we call it here, it makes you, at first it stops you feeling hungry. So the minute, you know, you're not getting 3 meals a day in Mombasa when you're a street child, you're lucky if you're getting one. So it suppresses your appetite, but it also makes you forget when you're begging for food, for money to feed yourself, or when you're having to make bad choices to survive. You're not having to think about it, you're just doing it. But it has massive negative impact on their health and mental well-being, so it's something that we are really concerned about that they're doing.
Do these kids have any future at all?
Well, we hope so, and this is why, you know, organisations like Glads House exist. We have caddies now that are flourishing, that if you told me 2 years ago would have left the street, I never would have believed you, but they're absolutely flourishing.
One of the lads who has taken advantage of this scheme is ex-street boy Mehdi, the current shining star of the Glads House enterprise. Mehdi, it's been 2 years since we spoke last, and you were a street boy back then. You're now off the streets and training to be a professional caddy. What a transformation.
When I was in street, we have a very bad life there. We don't have job. Sometimes we have food, sometimes we don't have food to eat. So when Glads House take me here, my life go very good here. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah. It's changed your life completely.
It changed my life. Yeah.
Okay then, we're on the first hole. What club would you recommend I take?
9.
A 9 iron?
9.
Okay then, let's give it a go. Cut that. My golf may be rubbish, but Mehdi truly is someone who's come a long way in the last 2 years. If Cliff and the Glads House team can maintain that success, then the street kids of Mombasa really do have a bright future. Who knows, whether it's playing in the Premier League or just showing off their skills.